Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel, where today, guys, we're going to be counting down the top 10 worst doors to open in Treyarch Zombies history. Obviously, opening doors is a huge part when it comes to Call of Duty Zombies. There's so many different rooms that you can go into, and you have to open doors to get there, but there are some doors that are just not worth buying or not even worth opening because it can ruin the entire strategy that you're trying to do when you play zombies. So those are the 10 that I picked, and without further ado, guys, let's jump right into it. All right, guys, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be opening the door, the spawn door on Doris on the right hand side of the teleporter if you're facing the teleporter. Now, the reason that this door is not good to open is for a variety of different reasons. One thing that I used to like to do was camp on the other side of that door with friends, and I would have one person cover the window and then everyone else would cover the front because that's where all the zombies are coming from for the most part. So that was a really fun strategy. And also in Black Ops 3, for example, on the Giant, a lot of people like to train in the spawn room, and you can't do that if that door is open. So that is definitely a reason for not opening that door, and it comes in here at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be opening the Jug Door on Ascension, and primarily the one up top on the way to power. Now, the reason that this one is not good to open is because monkeys can come in from different directions, and this is primarily if you're playing solo. If you're playing co-op, someone could definitely cover it and be totally fine. But what I like to do is open the Jug Door at the bottom next to Quick Revive, so I can cover Jug and Quick Revive at the exact same time from the monkeys. Well, you can't do that if you open the top door. You won't be able to cover Quick Revive and Jug at the same time. So I think the top door next to like the stairs to go up to power is a very bad door to open, and it comes in here at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be opening the spiral staircase door on Knocked. Now, before anyone gets mad, I did a poll on Twitter and said, which door do you buy first? And the majority of people said the help door instead of the stairs. So I'm going to include stairs as a bad door to open. Now, normally people end up buying the help door and then go and camp next to the grenade wall buy. So if you do that strategy, it actually works pretty well. But if you end up opening the stairs, you actually can't do that strategy because too many zombies will come from the stairs and mess up your entire strategy of camping. So that's why the spiral staircase on Knocked is a very bad door to open. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be opening the door next to Jug on Mob of the Dead. Now, obviously, Mob of the Dead is a great map. I love it a lot. And one thing about this map is there's a couple good camping spots, and by far the best camping spot is right on the other side of the gate next to Jug. Now, if you end up opening that door, it will mess up the entire spawns, and zombies will spawn directly out of the window next to Jug and also all the way from down at the docks and come and get you. So it's just a really bad door to open because you can't lock it down. Now, if you end up keeping that door closed, you can literally just kill zombies as they run towards you. It's really easy. It's a great strategy for getting a lot of kills and high rounds and things like that. So that door is definitely a worse door to open, and it comes in here at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be opening the bottom greenhouse door on Nuketown. Now, Nuketown is definitely a good survival map, I would say. Now, if you're in the backyard of the greenhouse, that is primarily the best spot to train. A lot of people like training there, and they'll run around the greenhouse backyard, and it ends up working out pretty good. Now, if you end up opening the door at the bottom of the greenhouse and you don't do the drop down from upstairs, then a lot of zombies can come out of that doorway and just mess up your train completely, and most likely you'll end up going down. So I think that that is definitely one of the worst doors to open when it comes to zombies, and that's why it's here at the number 6 spot. All right, guys, coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be opening the front of the Lighthouse Door on Call of the Dead next to the AK-74U wall buy. Now, this area is the best training area when it comes to Call of Duty Zombies on Call of the Dead. It's so good because you can avoid George. A lot of zombies will spawn there, and even high rounders use this spot to flop and go for high rounds as well. Now, the thing about this spot is if you end up opening the door, there's 4 barriers from the actual lighthouse where zombies will spawn, and run out of the doorway, which can mess you up completely, and then it will just be a huge problem overall. So I think that this is definitely one of the worst doors to open as well, and it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be opening the Nuketown power-up door that's in the back of the yellow house. There's that little shed with one power-up that you can grab. Now, the reason I think that this is not worth it is because it costs 3,000 points, and you're only getting one power-up, which really doesn't help that much in the long run, especially if you get something like a fire sale. Yes, you can hit the box a few times, but you're only going to be able to hit it like 3 times, and if you get a weapon you don't want, then it kind of is wasted, and you could have used that 3,000 points to just hit the box instead and get the same amount of box hits. So that's why I don't think it's worth it. Even if you get like an insta-kill or a nuke, maybe a max ammo might be worth it, but overall I just think that this door is one of the worst ones to open because you spend so much points for literally no reason. Unless you have a lot of extra points lying around, then it might be a good option, but at the same time I just think it's one of the worst doors to open, and it comes in here at the number 4 spot. All right guys, before I even say what door it is on Kino, you guys probably already know, so that's why the Kino stage door comes in here at the number 3 spot. Now this is a terrible door to open because it can mess up your training completely, and it makes it a lot more difficult as well, just for running around the stage like a lot of people like to do when they're training. You have the mechanical room upstairs, and really the only reason that you would even go up there is maybe to hit the moon rock to play 115 or something like that, or if the box moves there. So it's just one of the worst doors to open. You can easily go around through the alley. If you're not going to be going out in the alley at all, you can just make your way all the way around instead, so that way you don't have to end up opening that door. But I remember playing public matches back in the day, and I always get so mad when people end up opening that door because it literally messes up all the training that you can do on the stage. So it's definitely one of the worst doors to open in zombies. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be a useless door next to the power door on Die Rise. So there's actually 2 doors that bring you to the exact same spot for 750 points each. It's literally not worth buying either of the doors because they're right next to each other and they bring you to the exact same spot. So there's literally no reason whatsoever to even buy the door. It just makes 0 sense, and I don't know why, but on Die Rise there are so many doors that are completely useless. There's another one next to where you take money out of the shower. There's like a little back hallway that you can go into, and if you open that door, it'll bring you to the same door or like platform that you jumped to from the booter room, and it's literally right next to the other door that's even closer. So that one doesn't make sense either. I don't know why they decided to include so many doors on Die Rise, but they just don't make sense and are completely useless and not worth using at all whatsoever. All right guys, it wouldn't be one of my top 10s without a couple honorable mentions. The first one is going to be opening the 9 gate next to the right of Danu's like tower. So when you go out of Danu's tower to the right, there is a gate that you can open. Now if you don't end up opening this gate, you can actually go inside of the flooded crypts and it will be blocked off on both sides, so you will only get spawns from the 2 windows in that room and also in front of you coming from the pack-a-punch room. So this is a great spot if you have like a Hellion salvo for camping and going for high rounds. And also if you decide you want to go next to the Danu like bottom of the tower, you can actually camp on the other side of that gate as well, and you will be able to go through special rounds extremely quick because they all fall and come from the same window, and then also they'll spawn in front of you and the little spiral staircase that is outside of a barrier. So this is also another great place to go for fast rounds on 9. So that's the first one, and the second honorable mention is going to be opening the farmhouse that is on Transit. Now one of the only reasons that you would go over to Transit in general near the farmhouse area is if the box ends up moving there, or to build a turret. Now the turret is absolutely terrible, so it wouldn't even make sense to go over there. And I can understand the box, but if you're moving the box on Transit, that's just really bad luck unless you're doing like an Easter egg or something. And another thing to keep in mind is right outside of the actual like farmhouse area is the best high round spot on the entire map. This is where a lot of high round players end up using the jet gun and galvanuckles to get really high rounds, including the world record player who did this strategy. Now, the great thing about right outside, like before the gate of the farmhouse, is you end up getting no denizens there, and there's also a lot of fast zombie spawns, so it just ends up working out really well if you just don't open that door. So I figured I would include it as an honorable mention. Now it is time for the number 1 spot. Alright guys, and coming in at the number 1 spot is going to be the Verruckt door on the quick revive side of Verruckt in the spawn room. So if you guys didn't know, there's actually a door that you can open behind quick revive in the room right behind it, and it costs 750 points. And then when you go in there, there is a bar with a bipod wall buy for 2,500 points. Now this is completely a ripoff because it costs a lot of points for the bar in general, and the fact that it has a bipod doesn't really matter because you can't actually use the bipod at all. And another thing to keep in mind is if you end up opening these stairs that are kind of next to the Thompson wall buy, if you know where that is, on your way to quick revive, there's this same exact wall buy on the wall. So there's really no point for having a buyable door there, because if you end up opening it, it wouldn't even count as the spawn room anymore because you opened the door to get there. So technically it's just completely useless. It's not worth opening the door, and it's definitely the worst door to open in Treyarch Zombies history. So anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you think there's any doors that I completely left out of the video, definitely let me know which one down below in the comment section. My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.